What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to
What's
another
up?
episode of the All Star Sports Show, episode 5. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a quick one. For those who are a little bit of a disclaimer, but besides that, if you guys are new, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. That being said, first thing I want to kind of go over Tampa Bay. What the? Well, let's be real. I picked Buffalo, but holy crap, Tampa Bay! What the hell were you thinking?
I wouldn't say what the hell were they thinking with that. We all knew they were going to be the team that loses. Everybody knows that they were going to lose this game. I think the fact of the matter is they shot themselves in the foot a few times with the penalties.
Oh,
In
no, you
this
kidding?
game. Also, that offensive line for Tampa Bay is atrocious.
Yeah.
There was a few times where Baker Mayfield got hit in this game, and also I want to talk to Sean McDermott for a little bit, or whoever's running the play calls, the offensive coordinator or somebody. Why on earth, when you're at the 20, are you trying to make that defense for Tampa Bay jump? Just run a play. You're at the 20.
So you ain't kidding.
And it was on two separate occasions. One occasion, the first occasion, it was the special teams. And then the next occasion, it was the offense. Run a play. And in that first instance, it was a field goal. Kick the field goal. Take the points.
And
And
that's
that
for me. Yeah,
and that
it's
that was my biggest gripe for Buffalo. But really, it all stemmed from like the great offense by Josh Allen and that offense. The defense did its job on at times rushing the passer, getting that pass rush going because they know that Tampa Bay has a weak offensive line.
no,
So
absolutely.
that was
And
really the deciding factor there. Um, Honestly, I will be right back. This won't be a quick episode. I'll be right back.
all right. Well, yeah,
I
it's
forgot I had another phone.
okay. Well, Tyler fixes up on that. Um, but yeah, so really kind of picking back up what he said, it's like Buffalo. Look, I even said this like more than a handful of different occasional times. Just the fact that Buffalo, it's kind of hard to buy into them because it's like it's always Super Bowl or bust with them, and they always somehow to find a way to fall short with Josh Allen under center, Sean McDermott. I don't know. I mean, at the same point, it really makes you wonder. It's like, what can Buffalo do? I mean, right now, I mean, look at the defense. Which for me, it's a bit of a concern, not to an extent, but the fact you lost Matt Milano when you're probably your best middle linebackers out for the year. And also, I think somebody else got hurt too. Daquan Jones is another one that, well, that's kind of taking a bit of a hit as well. But Tampa Bay, look, I think we can all agree we're not expecting Tampa Bay to be this good. I mean, look, they're right now. They're 3-4 in the AFC South. Let's be real. Probably one of the lone crappy division because right now we see the AFC South actually being somewhat competitive. Well, unless you're not a Titans fan, which we'll get to talk about the Titans in just a bit. But yeah, just that Thursday night football game was not that great in my eyes. It just seems like, look, I do like primetime games, but at least have put good teams on. Hey, what's going on, Coach Eddie? Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that coming through, Coach Ed. But yeah, it's just like the Bills. I like what they got over there, but it's just it's really kind of hard to really buy into. But it's like, oh yeah, look, I think Josh Allen's still a solid quarterback, and at times can be very reckless, which quarterback isn't nowadays. Like the running game. I know that's not Buffalo's strong point. At some point, they're going to have to rely on the running game a little bit more, or at least to keep the defense guessing. If I'm going to have to be completely honest, because really, when you watch sometimes how the Bills play, they're mostly one dimensional, just passing the football basically. Um, with Josh Allen sharing the rock with Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, and whoever else they have at wide receiver 3. at the same time. But hey, it's yeah, and like, oh no, it was not that great of a Thursday night football game. But again, most of us NFL fans, we've seen worse. Um, we're looking at you, Washington. And not just because I'm going to say that's a division rival. Boy, there's a lot of stuff we're going to go around, but we are going to um definitely would move on to our next topic of a conversation. Sticking with the NFL coaching hot seat, because we've seen some names, um, and like people throwing like who could be on the hot seat at this point. We know that the obvious is Ron Rivera. Um, Pretty sure Robert Saleh, you have to put him on the hot seat at some point. Um, Probably Frank Reich. I think he might. I know Frank Reich's a little bit of a stretch because he just got into Carolina, but I don't know what he's going to do with that roster. Um, to be quite to be completely fair, if because let's be real, I'm pretty sure that they're going to go at least 2 and at least 3-14. Not even that. That's pushing up a stretch for a team that, well, we're seeing Bryce Young kind of struggle. Which, granted, yes, you see a lot of rookie struggles, but not to the extent that Bryce Young has had. I mean, missed a couple of games due to injury. But really, look at that entire that Carolina team offensively. It's not the greatest. If I'm going to be honest, defense is okay. I mean, with Brian Burns, which I'm still how Carolina. Like, if you're going to go through a full rebuild, might as well move off one of your best edge rushers and Brian Burns and take what you can get. Because right now, if you look at the mock drafts at the moment, you have the Bears holding the first and second round. No, yeah, the Bills are. No, I'm an idiot. It's somebody let me know. I'm definitely pretty sure it's the pan. Well, if the Bears decide to tank a little bit, but that's besides the point. But really, look at the coaching hot seat. I really don't think there's going to be that many names. Speaking of which, we are going to be back with Tyler. Let me get the right overlay. There we go.
So we have a coaching hot seat. I see who's heating up their seats.
And I said this too because there's not really that many names to pretty put on the hot seat, but there's some obvious.
Not right now. Not right now. There's not really that many names, to be honest. And that's shocking to me. There's a lot of first-time coaches. There's a lot of first-time coaches. A lot of guys who are really writing ship. Like, there's not really that many hot seat guys right now. Guys on the hot seat. So
currently, there's some guys. Well, let's get the obvious one out of the way. Then that's Riverboat Ron. Let's be freaking real here.
Honestly, I have to agree here. Ron Rivera, he is a shell of his former self. He is not the 2015 Super Bowl coach that he was in 2015 for the Panthers when he was with the Panthers as their head coach. He's not that same guy.
And then we've been seeing reports that it's most likely he's going to be the first one out.
I see it, and plus that, and honestly, I have to agree. I was watching a creator who works for Cool. I forgot his name, but he's a Commander fan, and I have to agree with him on a sense of the offensive coordinator needs to stop, trying to make the Commanders the Chiefs. They're not that.
Oh, Eric
They got to form Eric Bieniemy. They've got to form their own identity, and they're not doing that. So he's part of the problem too. But I don't think they're going to fire him. I think more so.
I think he's just got there, and what's
just got there, so he's going to learn. But that's the thing. But Ron Rivera's been there for what?
Oh boy, it's feels like I've been a freaking time.
It seems like he's been there. He's been there for a long time.
Because we're division rivals.
At this rate, as a head coach, you haven't seen success. And you gotta be the guy to take the fall, and Ron Rivera is going to be the guy that takes the fall.
And look at the Ross. Look at the and look Sam Howell. I mean, I kind of feel bad for the kid because boy, he's because right now, as we're seeing, kind of get a little bit, kind of well dissect it into within Washington right now, as at the time we're streaming or as you have seen, he's on pace right now to break David Carr's single season sack record of 76. Right now, he's been sacked 40 times through
Or
7 weeks.
the offensive line too, and I feel like the offensive line coach could be gone too.
And I could, and boy,
And
how many times
what
I've seen
are
her.
you teaching these guys? You're teaching them to just put their hands up and not block.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
all right, you can go through. There's the quarterback. Take the quarterback out, and that's that whole thing with them for the last handful of years.
it's the O line.
Is the offensive line. Yeah, part of the problem was the quarterback. You had the bum Carson Wentz there, all right,
Eh,
who should have never
yeah,
gotten a start. But you had Taylor Heineke too, which the front office was dumb enough to let go. I feel like he could have started for Washington, not been a backup somewhere else. He could have started for them. But Sam Howell, they put trust in Sam Howell, the guy they drafted, which I can respect that.
because I even said, after you let Kirk Cousins walk, like the franchise, who's been your consistent franchise QB for how many years he's been there,
And that was that, and the way that and before Kirk Cousins, they had RG3 play through an injury, and that completely ruined his career.
and RG3 has not been been the same since then.
He had to retire early and become an NFL analyst
That's
for ESPN, and
that's
that right there. Yeah, he's got a resurgence there in like fame and fortune and him loving football again, but you ruined the guy in his playing days.
it really is.
He honestly, if he had the career trajectory as what his career was gonna be before he got hurt, he would have been up. He would have been,
Even would be that
he would
franchise
still be in
QB.
the league right now. He would still be in the league.
It
But
just
the injury happened and they forced him back, and he didn't play well, and then he went to I think Cleveland for a while. He didn't
he
play
kind of
well
bounced around,
there.
but just not really
He
recaptured.
went to the Ravens, and he wasn't. He was the backup to Lamar when he was in. Did not play well. Like his career just took a hit because of the injury, and
It sucks, man. Because I was
it
because
sucks.
look,
I
me and
was a
Tyler
bit
could say
too. Well, there's certain players in different leagues that we like that are playing on Rivals right now. Like with me, back then it was RG3. I'm like, this guy is something special,
I mean, he's shown what he can do.
and I
But
felt bad for the guy. I'm like, wow, his career is basically fucked.
it's just not. It just Washington has like ever since when. I'll say this too before we go continue on. Washington is just one of those franchises. Like I don't exactly hate, but I kind of feel bad for the fans, if that makes perfect sense.
That's kind of the way that we felt for the Moans for a little bit until this year.
Because
Like
it's
we felt
like,
bad for them because they were losing a lot, and then they made the playoffs this year. I'm like, all right, cool, But then but with Washington, it's a lot different. They had a shit owner,
I'm forgot.
a shit stadium that they're still freaking playing on. I don't know why they're playing
No
on
pun
freaking FedEx
intended.
Field. They need to fix that bitch or move. Um,
And it's just
Plumbing
Washington.
somehow explodes there on your head.
Uh,
The
yeah,
railing falls on you. Like it's just like there's a lot of
Washington. Like,
multitude of problems for that organization.
because what's it like the last like 5 years has been with us in Dallas. The last 5 years in terms of
It was us in Dallas, and then last year, very fluky for the Giants. Very fluky.
well, I'm
It
not going
was
to
it
put
was a 3-headed monster last year, and now we're back to 2-headed again because Washington or Giants went and started stinking up the joint again. Like
well. Moving on to another coach, I don't think he's going to be on the hot seat, but I wouldn't be surprised if he resigned, and that's Brian Dable. I,
I think I'm thinking the same. I'm thinking the same thing. Like, dude, I'm gonna throw my hands up because everything that I taught these players last year that
they
they
ain't doing
put
it.
into that they put into effect throughout the entire season, they somehow forgot. So I'm
Hello,
just gonna
Evan
throw
Neal. We're
my
looking
hands
at
up
you,
and say I quit.
jackass.
I'm gonna
We're
go.
looking at you, Evan Neal.
He's
He's so
Evan
goddamn
Neal.
clueless on
I
the
want to
football.
talk about this for a
Holy
minute.
crap, that dude is clueless.
And that one guy, I forgot his name for the Yes Network,
Oh,
who ran
Don Greca.
La Greca,
Oh, he
had
tore him a
every
new one,
fucking
and
right
rightfully
to
so.
go off. Every right to go off on him. These fans, Giant fans, they pay money to see your ass. They pay money to see you. And you
Abs-
say, "Oh, people flipping hot, or what
like
was it?
flipping
Freaking hot
burgers
dogs.
or like serving hot dogs. It was so stupid comment
Oh, I'm
that
better than you because I have all this money, and you guys are just flipping hot dogs."
yeah, dude.
Are you
There's
kidding me?
and see that's where
You play
at,
like you play like a bum off the damn street. You have
at,
no right saying that.
and think of this too, Tyler. He's even worse than his rookie year.
You're
That's not
you
saying
you're
much.
regressing to goddamn rookie year, Evan Neal.
Oh, and right now, when we look at the two draft first rounders that the Giants have had, who has really panned out, that's Kayvon Thibodeau. And Kayvon Thibodeau, yes, has a bit of an injury history. That's well documented in college. But Thibodeau, was he in 3 years in the league now? 3 years, give or take.
Yeah.
He's actually put up much better number. He actually turned out better than what Evan Neal could be.
And
And
Evan
well,
Neal
and that's
wants
the
to
thing.
and Evan Neal wants to create a fucking high horse for himself. Oh, I'm better than you because I have all this money, and you don't have all this money because you're an NFL player. You're out here flipping burgers. Shut the hell up, Evan Neal. Shut up.
Dude is so clueless.
And honestly, I'm gonna agree with LaGreca. If he's out there, Giant fans, boo his ass.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with LaGreca there on that
And look,
point
this
too.
is good.
Boo.
This is coming from us as division rivals
We're
for.
Eagles fans who were saying this shit.
But then again, I
We're
think all
we're
NFL fans
Eagles
know how bad
dude.
Evan
We are
Neal is.
literally Eagles, dude. We're literally Eagles fans right now defending Giant fans.
Because
That's
if you
how.
think about it, it's like the Giant. Look, I get granted, yes, the Giants. Look, if you take away last year, the New York Giants were always the laughing stock. I would say of the NFC East for the longest time.
I
Well,
think ever since age finally caught up to Eli. That's when they started becoming that laughing stock. I think it was like right after like that boat shit from 2014
yeah, that was
when they
2016,
really became the laughing stock. It was
and I know, but
2014. It was
yeah,
2014
2014.
because it was the year they made
Yeah,
the
that
playoffs
was
that summer. That
uh
summer of 2014 when they made the playoffs.
And look, I know we're not like superstitious people, but sometimes I wonder. Say we go back to tell ourselves, like, it's like, dude, guys, this is a bad idea, and well, they're paying the
And
price for it.
you can say, oh, why is it a superstition? It was just a ordinary picture. They haven't had a winning season since that season,
I mean, think about
minus last year.
yeah, OBJ when he was at at
OBJ was
100%.
there. OBJ was there. Eli
Uh,
was still there.
I mean, Eli, even though his later years was still at the top of his game, you got at least got to give
Not
him credit
really.
for that.
Not really. Because after that,
Not really
after
true.
no, no, not really. Because I think by like 2015, 2016, he lost it.
Yeah, I mean,
Age
and
finally caught
yes,
up to him. It happens. It happened to his brother too.
I mean, he's been in the league for a
His brother
long
had to get
time.
carried by a defense to win his final Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is
He didn't,
that was what
he didn't play
two.
well his final year.
Yeah,
He was
even Peyton.
throwing more picks than he had to get benched by fucking Osweiler mid-season.
That's and
And
to be
Osweiler played better than he did.
yeah, and well, and he's no longer in the league though. That's the crazy part
Yeah,
though.
that's the craziest part. He played better. He played better than freaking Peyton that year.
But yeah, I do think Dable's one of the coaches I could see resigning from that position.
Yeah, and
I'd
I'm
be
gonna go back.
shocked
I'm
if
gonna
he.
go back to this. Right, he's gonna throw his hands up and say, "I quit. I did all I could do to make these guys better, and they just listened to me for 1 year."
Yeah, it's
I,
and
I, I would,
you
if I
overpaid
was Dable, I would throw my hands up and quit.
pretty much. I
Like,
mean, I can
like
see it. Like I'd be shocked if he doesn't resign.
Yeah.
But if he does, I mean, I can understand, if there's a reason because look at the entire freaking roster he's got to deal with on the offensive side of the football for crying out loud.
Freaking Kayvon Thibodeau. Fucking
Kevin Thibodeau is a solid defensive player. Don't
yeah,
get me
you got Kayvon Thibodeau. That whole defense is fine, but the offense, you have guys like
exactly. See, that is exactly what we just discussing that defense carried Peyton to that Super Bowl over
yeah,
the
because he
Carolina
didn't play well
Panthers.
at all in 2015.
Because
He
I
did
think
not.
who do you had on that defense? You still had Demarius Thomas. You still had
Yeah, Demarius Thomas
Miller at
on
the
defense or on
peak of his
offense? Because
career.
Demarius Thomas was on offense.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm an idiot. Who am I thinking
He
of?
was a receiver. He had Von Miller
At the and it
at his
sucks.
peak. He's still a fucking beast. Let's be honest there. You have Von Miller.
Trying to think of the
Uh,
oh, boy.
shit.
Who
Who else is on the defense
who
side?
was that
Evan
part of that?
Mathis.
God, I
Because
forgot about
remember,
Evan Mathis.
Evan Mathis was on that team, and I got pissed. Like, oh, he won a ring before us. It was like 2 years before we won our ring.
DeMarcus Ware. That's who I'm thinking of.
Demarcus Ware was offense, I think.
Yeah, because I remember as a fucking Cowboy. That's why. That's the one.
Was Demarcus Ware defense or offense? I'm pretty
I
sure
think
he was offense.
defense.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, you had
They had a
a
really
you
good
had a
stock
stand up.
defense all around.
Yeah, you had a stacked defense, but the thing is, it's the fact that these players just gave the hell up this season.
Like if you tell me like the Giants defense is going to stink, not exactly that. I want to say not really. I think Wink Martindale has actually done some
Yeah,
solid,
Wink Martindale was done. There was like a
some
few
solid work
times
with that defense.
there was a few times where the defense, holy shit, stunk.
Yeah, that's
When
true.
they that 40 burger when we had the freaking mercy rule that one week 1, really
Oh yeah,
week 1
I
we had a
forgot about
merciful stream because of it. They lost 40-0. Wasn't much of a game. It was one of those games where you could just turn it off in the third quarter and go to sleep and you wake up the next day knowing what happened. Um, but yeah, it was. There's been a few times where the defense sold, but really it's that offensive line. And you could say, yeah, Daniel Jones sucks. He ain't that guy. Like, but really, he's been rushing throws because that offensive line.
us. Yeah, I mean, and now
And
the fact that
now
he's dealing now
and
with a
honestly,
bum neck.
I can say that. I can say that from the games that I've watched with him on national TV is the offensive line that's been atrocious for him.
But
And I mean, like, they got to beef that up. They really got to beef that up.
but who's your? Because for me, that's the one coach I could see in this league resigning from that position. But Tyra, who do you think is going to be on the coaching hot seat?
The only one that I can think of, the one that I just told you, Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera is the guy to go.
I think there's a couple of
Also,
names you could probably put on there.
also, honestly, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Matt Canada, hot seat.
Oh
That's
boy,
a scorcher right there. Scorcher. That shit's burning his
and take
ass.
from me, Tyra.
at
Trust
this
me,
point.
you have no idea how many times we have to hear that from Steelers fans. Trust me, we
Canada.
know.
Fire Canada every single week.
Even at Penguins games, we've been hearing that.
Fire Canada. And they got the right thing because like he is not creative at all with the play calls. I looked at I think it was a channel on YouTube, shout out Thinking Football. Where he talked about Matt Canada's offense and the routes that he's running with these players and the plays. He's basically pressing buttons on Madden and not calling audibles.
Yep.
Let's be fucking real there.
Because
Like,
we're not saying that
pressing X or A or whatever on Madden. That's basically his offense.
But I will say this too. I think another coach on the Steelers should be on the hot seat, Mike Tomlin. And I know,
I don't
hear
think
me
Mike
out.
Tomlin.
Hear me out.
I do not think Mike Tomlin because he's managed to coach his team to a winning record every single year,
And
despite Matt Canada's ineptitude. I think Matt
it's not just
Canada
from
is
Matt
more
Canada,
on.
but they missed the playoffs on multiple occasions under Mike Tomlin.
But no. You want to know why it's Matt Canada? Because Tomlin, each and every one of those years, even the missed playoffs, he's coached his team to winning records.
Oh yeah, shout out to Arku
I
with this
think
one.
it's more on the offensive coordinator than
Easy.
anything.
Let's
Now,
move
a guy that should be on the
Should have been,
hot
should have been
team.
gone last year for
He
crying
should
out
have been
loud.
gone last year after the
The fact
freaking
that Dave Spanos even
debacle in the
fucking
playoffs
kept him
last year.
is Dave's.
How the hell they made the playoffs last year under Staley? I have no
I have
idea.
no freaking clue.
I have no fucking idea how they
And the
did
fact
that.
you blow a
But
27-point lead against the Jets,
that should have like been a cause for a fire
it's
right
like
there. Like a
no,
27-point lead
no,
and you blew that. You
and
led
it's like
20, dude. They led 27-0 to the goddamn
at
Jaguars
half,
that are coming
and
off of a rebuild.
it's
I'm
and that
like,
should
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You
because
should have been gone last year after that.
he
And
really
I
should.
think and Jake Silva said it best. He was going to give him a few weeks. Our boss, Jake Silva, Jake the Snake.
Oh boy,
Shout out to you, bud. He was giving him a 4 week window. We're past that. They are
we're
2-4,
going to week. We're now in week 8.
and they are 2-4.
Yeah. Like it's bad enough that you have the Raiders who are worse than or somehow better than
You
you.
have the Raiders that were
The
sitting at
Raiders
3.
of
You
all
had the
fucking
Raiders sitting
teams.
at 500. You're
Oh
at
my
2-4.
god!
That
And
should be
yes, the Raiders
cause for
fucking
your
lost to the
firing.
Bears, and that's not
That
saying much.
dude. When you have fucking Josh McDaniel who was better than your ass.
That's not saying much.
That's not even saying much. That's saying that
Okay,
you're a
he's another
worse
guy I'm gonna have.
dude. You know what that says? Brandon Staley is a worse coach than Josh fucking McDaniels.
Oh boy,
That should be cause for your firing right there. If
easy.
you're
But we
worse
all
than
know,
Josh
and I think another
McDaniels,
guy we
bro,
just talked about not that long, just not 5 seconds ago, Josh McDummy. He's another
Josh
one
the
that should.
dumbass.
Let's be real. Look, and yeah, I mean, boy,
Oh
his
God,
track record's a.
honestly, I won't say he's on the hot seat right now because I thought they would be like 0-6 with him. They're
Well,
3-3. They're hanging on. They're 3-4. They might be 3-3 or 3-4. One of those.
let me. You are 3-4.
Listen,
They're
they're
one
hanging
game
on.
better.
They're hanging on by a thread here. That's the thing with Josh. They're hanging on by a thread. If he manages to make them 3-14, he's fired.
I mean, at some point, I mean, I
And
think
and don't and whoever and Mark Davis, you dumbass. How can you build the aces up to be championship contenders?
But yeah, he could do the same thing
You
with
can't do the
with the
same shit for the
Raiders.
Raiders.
But
Now
then again,
I feel like building a basketball team is a bit easier,
yeah,
but I will say that it's probably building a basketball team a bit easier. I get that, but how are you good at
Steve,
one
you ain't wrong.
franchise, shit at another?
You ain't fucking wrong.
That's like that, dude.
So Steve says McDaniels is trash. The only reason he's anybody because it's well, I mean, you ain't wrong.
That's the same thing with fucking Belichick. The only
Speaking of
reason he's
Belichick, he's another
anybody,
one. Boy,
he's gonna be part. Honestly, no. I think they signed him. I think I heard a report that they signed him to an extension or given him an ultimatum. They said, "Look, build me a team. If you're not gonna build me a team, if this team sucks within like I don't know 4 or 5 years, you're gone."
and it's.
I think they gave him an ultimatum there. But Josh McDaniels,
he's got to go. I'm sorry.
holy shit, he won't even be good in college.
And that's not really saying much.
Dude. He's what I would like to I'd call trash. Like that person in the comments said trash, garbage.
Oh yeah, our boy Steve, who actually, oh boy, he knows that better than anybody. Because remember,
Yeah.
Steve's a Broncos fan. Because
Another guy who could be on the hot seat, but then again, not really. Sean Payton.
I would say Sean Payton is on the hot seat, but I think his seat's kind of like lukewarm.
I feel like it's kind of like.
I say give it like another year with him.
I feel like the problem is, yeah, he got the best. The problem is he got the best out of Russ again. I'll give him that. Got the best out of Russ, but it's that defense.
Holy
offensive line.
Well,
they've got to beef up. They've got to beef up that offensive line and beef up that defense. My God, 70 to the goddamn Dolphins.
Yeah, the fact you lose by 50 should tell you like how. And it's not just that their defensive coordinator is Vance Joseph. I think a lot of Cardinals fans know how bad he
Honestly,
really is as a play
fire
caller.
his ass. Fires. He's on the hot
How
seat.
the fact
He's the
is even
guy.
Vance Joseph?
He's the real guy on the hot seat. Vance Joseph.
But
And the funny thing is, you know what's funny to me is
dude,
before they hired him, they literally had the perfect guy, but freaking Hackett hated him, so they fired him
oh,
just because Hackett hated him.
it's not. No, it's not Vic Fangio because
No, it was another guy. It was a guy with an Italian name. I forgot what the name was.
oh,
But
son of a gun! I
but
can't. That's gonna come to
we'll
us.
figure it out and tell you, but like sooner. But they fired his ass like within 2 weeks. They got Joseph back, and they lost a lot of games because of it.
I think another one. I would say, maybe a bit stretch. Sorry, I'm gonna have to put Frank Reich on the hot seat.
No,
Boy,
no, absolutely not. No, no. He inherited a bad team. A bad team. They're not doing nothing with him with the front office. Not doing anything with him.
definitely give him a better OC. I know that for a fact.
And where is he right now again?
Carolina, who are currently
Yeah,
0-6 at the time of
they're giving him nothing. Here, let's draft a quarterback that won't amount to anything. Who isn't even showing signs of life right now.
It's pretty much it's DOA.
We'll give you an aging ceiling.
As wide receiver one, and yes, for those
a bunch of scrubs on offense. Defense,
or as Key would put it, pretty much a bag of peanuts and a Will Smith CD, basically.
No, a Will Smith CD would be better than that shit.
That shit. Oh,
he's had some fucking bangers.
Oh, that's not saying much either. The fact you are that's two coaches in a row that are terrible or worse than Josh McDaniels.
But here's the thing. Josh McDaniels is a head coach. At least he was a decent defensive guy or an offensive guy.
Also, awesome offensive coordinator.
He was a good offensive coordinator, but he is not a good head coach. Some offensive coordinators and some defensive coordinators are not good head coaches. Hackett's one of them. He's a good defensive coordinator, but he's a trash head coach. So I say that honestly, I think he's on par with McDaniels because when he was head coach of the Broncos, holy shit was he trash.
Jesus.
Holy
and then also Cardinals fans know how bad Vance Joseph was as a head
coach.
My
God.
I think I'll see another guy that
I think he was the successor to the guy that won the Super Bowl, Kubiak. And
oh my God, Kubiak.
God. Kubiak was good.
He was actually a solid guy. And yet you get rid of him for a guy.
No, they didn't get rid of him. They literally drove him out the door. He stepped down.
Oh, that's terrible.
After a bad 2016 because he drafted a shit quarterback.
Oh, was that Paxton Lynch, the guy who
was Paxton fucking Lynch, guy who couldn't do anything in the NFL, CFL,
who got bitched
or the XFL.
Think of this too.
And the goddamn USFL. He didn't amount to nothing.
And remember, he also got benched at the CFL too. So he got benched at 4 professional football.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the CFL, the XFL, the USFL, and the
I forgot about that. Kubiak Kubiak had health problems.
He also had but really did he have health problems? I honestly call BS on that. To be honest, I think they drove him out the door because he knew this shit's gonna be. This team is
I think another one, before we move on, the last coach I can see on the hot seat, Matty Eberflus of the Chicago Bears. I would say,
dude,
I feel bad for Justin Fields.
Chicago fans have been begging for the last couple of years. Get rid of
and shout out to our buddy Gooley who has to put up with us crap.
Gooley's one of those fans begging Eberflus has to go. I think it's time when your fans are begging. I think it's time when your fans are begging, bro, to fire a coach. It's time for that coach.
And do you know what's like when you look at the history of coaches that the Bears have won or had over their franchise history, the only winners coach they had, Lovie fucking Smith, who had Rex fucking.
He took a guy like Rex fucking Grossman to the Super Bowl.
I was like, Rex Grossman. I was like, ugh. It makes me cringe just hearing that name. It's like, he was not even that great. Let's be freaking honest.
Honestly, I think he got carried by Devin. I think that team got carried by the defense and Devin Hester
Who?
in
Why is
06.
the fuck he's not in the Hall of Fame?
I
Someone
don't
answer me
know.
that.
Why is this dude, one of the
I'm
best kick
sorry, that's a
returners of
bunch of
all
bull. That's
time, bro.
a bunch of BS.
Dude, one of the best kick returners of all time. You
But
cannot, you can't find me on that. And we
so,
had D-Jax who ran all the way to come back with the Giants.
oh yeah, boy, and remember that really pissed a lot of Giants. I think what was the score, like 30
Dude,
something to
it was
10 or something
literally
like that?
31-10. It was 31-10 Giants.
Oh yeah, the Miracle at the Meadowlands too. I remember
Yeah,
that.
and it was like on like Christmas week, so it was it felt like a damn Christmas movie. It was like a Christmas fucking miracle. It felt
It
like it was
really
like around Christmas time,
and
and it was like, and it felt like I was watching a fucking Christmas movie. It felt like I was in a Christmas movie watching that shit. Because we were down
but
31-10, losing all hope, and then the second half happens, and we're running the fucking table,
yep.
and we win the game 38-31. I'm like,
But yeah, like we said, like I said, there's not many coaches to go off of, but obviously give us by week 10, week
I
11,
feel like there's
we'll
more
revisit.
so now. I feel like there's more so now. A lot of defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Also, I would take Frank Reich off the hot seat. He was dealt a bad hand, and he just got there. So
True.
I don't expect year one to go great for Carolina.
Ugh.
I don't.
And honestly, I won't be surprised if they go 0-17. It's
At this rate, they're 0-6 right now. I see them either going
I think
one.
another
I
coach.
feel like they might go 1-16 or 0-17.
I think
But
another
that
coach. I
roster,
guess we could agree.
I watched one of their games, Carolina's games, and I'm like,
It's hard to
I don't see any positives at all with
trust
that
me.
team.
It is hard to sit through a Panthers game without
Dude, I sat there and watched one of their games. I'm like, I don't see any positives.
like Bryce Young missed some time with an injury. You had Agent Thielen, who actually was the quote unquote replacement.
And here's the thing: Bryce Young, even when he was healthy, he didn't even look great.
And you didn't, and the fact that you traded DJ Moore to the Bears, who actually I got to give DJ Moore a lot of credit though, not having a bad season in his first year with Chicago.
The fact that we spent that entire week of the week they traded DJ Moore,
and
absolutely dogging Carolina for that.
Yeah, that should tell you. And it's not just that too. I mean, look at they got an okay defense. Their defense is actually pretty solid when they're all healthy. I mean, look, you got JC Horns dealing with an injury right now.
But really, I'm talking about offensively. Offensively,
oh boy, good lord!
I see them flat. That they basically flatlined on offense. Defense, you can get some of it a heartbeat. You can see a little bit of like
there's some life in that defense.
Some life there, but really the offense flatlined. They're not even
I would say I know he's not going to be on the coaching hot seat, but I think there's a guy that really never got a chance as a head coach. Steve Wilkes. I don't think people really understand how good of a defensive mind he really is.
Yeah.
And I think, he just was shown to the door way too freaking soon. We're looking at you, Arizona, because you've been nothing but a laughing stock for the last, since when was the last time you actually had a above 500 record? A couple of years ago?
Like literally when Tua got there, they had a winning record. But that was fluky. Now the only way that I would say they had some sustained success was about 2013 to 2015.
Yeah, and then
when they had that sustained success there. But just after that, it's just been disappointment.
Kyler can't. I mean, right now coming off a major ACL injury. Boy, that's
and again, I have to agree with fans here. He is just too small to play quarterback. Because when you have that small frame, you get hit. You're susceptible to get hurt. But you have 300-pound linebackers coming at you.
Yeah, and
defensive linemen coming at you. 300 pounds is going to injure your 200-something pound frame, with you being small like that.
That's concerning.
That's honestly like me getting hit in the backfield. I'm breaking limbs. If I get hit by a 200-pound lineman or a 300-pound lineman coming at me like that, I'm gonna break a limb. There's no getting around it. If you're a small quarterback, you're not gonna be good. You're susceptible to injury.
So here's a couple I have two more coaches. I think one we could agree to disagree. I think we should be on the could be on the hot seat? Matt LaFleur of the Green Bay Packers.
Um,
Like I said, that's the one.
I don't see Matt LaFleur
Yeah,
being.
that was one of the.
I don't see Matt LaFleur.
I don't think not yet,
I just
anyways.
think Jordan Love is trash.
And
That's
not
all I think. He is trash right now.
What's going on, Butterfly? Long time no see.
What's up, Butterfly? Haven't seen you in a while, brother.
But yeah, it's like
yeah, I think it's just Jordan Love is just trash.
I mean, we did talk about this too. It's like ever since it's like once because we did. I think we talked about this not before, or I think a couple of years ago before we whatever stream that we were not doing that day. So because I even said, or one of us said, so that what if Rodgers leaves, the successor it's not going to be great, and we're seeing that kind of unfold.
Honestly, I didn't say that. I think from the small sample size.
Small sample size.
The small sample size that I saw from Jordan Love, he was pretty good.
I showed flashes.
He's showing flashes. This year, oh my god!
Oh Jesus!
I'm biting. But here's, and I know he's a rookie. Oh, you're gonna be offensive. Oh, he's a rookie. Give him time.
But he's in his fourth year in the NFL.
Sat behind, dude. This man was supposed to learn from Aaron Rodgers. This man sat behind Aaron Rodgers. That's supposed to make you better. Like look what happened when whatchamacallit, when Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. Look at the career he had. And look at the first year he had. He was good his first year. Yeah, the team missed the playoffs. That was expected.
Exactly. And I think I think one can make your argument Joe Barry should be on the hot seat right now because let's bro, that defense is trash. Green Bay.
God. Oh my god!
You had a 40. What was it? 45 dropped by the Detroit Lions. That was a Thursday night. I think it was.
45 dropped on your head.
Yeah, and that should tell you not having Jair Alexander, who I think is still a super underrated, appreciated player in this league.
And honestly, another guy that I would say fire on the defense is Dallas's coordinator. How inconsistent are you?
But I want to say Dan. I want to go with Dan Quinn.
I would say that because how.
But then again, though,
your losses were blowouts. Your wins were also blowouts. So you're good on defense at times, but you're also bad on defense at times.
And it's also the extent of the fact that you lost Trayvon. We look at it when Trayvon Diggs went down, which is very unfortunate, by the way.
Yeah, I get it. You lost Trayvon Diggs, but
the quarterback room has not been that great.
You're supposed to coach. Let me finish. Or you butt in, brother. You're supposed to coach these guys. It doesn't matter if you're backups, if you're starters. Next man the hell up. Play hard.
And that's the thing. Yeah.
And you're not doing it. So, and you're so mind-numbingly inconsistent. Your losses are bad losses. Your wins are good or great fucking wins if you're blowing out teams.
Like literally, because
that is so inconsistent.
Like perfect example because we're in a part of a pick'em league because me and Tyler, as much as I hate, as much as we hate Dallas, we picked Dallas over Arizona. What did Arizona do? They upset them.
Blown them the fuck out.
I was like, what?
And we were just like, we sat there watching that game in stunned fucking silence.
I was like, no way did I just see the Arizona Cardinals, who I even said on record they were going to be the worst team in football.
Yeah,
but now now we got a whole new team that takes that cake. That's the Carolina Panthers.
I don't think they're the worst team in football. They're not. They're still winning games, despite that they're winning more games than they're losing games. But
because I said it before the season started that they were going to be the worst team in football, knowing they don't have Kyler Murray. You have Josh Dobbs.
You're talking about Cardinals.
Oh yeah, because I said that before the season started that they were going to be the worst team in football.
Yeah,
boy, I'm eating my crow on that because now that's to the Carolina Panthers.
You know the first sign that we thought that they were going to be the worst team in football. Let's look at the first meeting. Head coach Jonathan Gannon had with his team. That team did not want to hear anything that guy had to say.
Yeah.
There was no connection there. None. They looked at him like, who is this doofus?
Yeah, they look so disinterested. I started cracking up
It
because, like,
was so. It was like high school kids in algebra class.
mhm,
Oh, what the hell is this shit?
you ain't wrong.
Like
But
I'm not, I don't know your ex, and I'm not gonna. I don't know why. I don't want to find I'm not. I can't find your ex, and I don't even know why. So stop asking.
that's
The nerd came out of me. I know.
I can't believe you pulled that shit out of the. But and that's the thing too. We look at the games that they want or they play. They play some straight up solid football with Josh fucking
Josh
Dobbs.
Dobbs. Josh Dobbs, though, I will say this. I think the Kyler experiment should be over. I think Josh Dobbs needs to be developed properly this time.
Yeah,
Develop Josh Dobbs. There's something there.
but I would say I would say develop him till when you're ready to draft another franchise quarterback. Because right now, oh
No,
boy,
absolutely not. I think Josh Dobbs could be the guy. Develop him. Don't give up on him ever.
I think one last coach before we go to our next segment. I think should is on the definitely should go. Todd Bowles. He ain't doing it for
Oh
me.
dear
I'm
fucking God.
sorry. I am sorry,
Dear
Todd Bowles.
fucking God, bro. And also Mike Evans on a Hail Mary. What the hell? The
Oh
ball was
yeah,
right
and
there. You tried to one hand the shit. Use
he
your other
dropped
hand
it.
to catch the shit. You would have won the game last night. But
I
but yeah, Todd Bowles,
he's got to
good
go.
good
I'm
defense,
sorry.
good defensive coordinator, but shit head coach.
I'll say, I think Baker. Look, as bad as the Buccaneers are, I don't think
Baker
Baker's.
isn't bad.
It's just the
And I
decision
and
making
I
making some
will
of these
I
coaches
will
is
continue
ridiculous.
I will continue to defend Baker Mayfield.
I feel
Yeah,
like
injury made
Cleveland.
him have that, and I will say this: the injury made him have a bad year that one year. That what was it, 2020, 2020?
I think so. Somewhere around in
It
that season.
was no, it was either 2020 or 2021. I forgot what year it was. But that injury made him bad, and the offensive line gave him no help. You put him in a situation which is basically Cleveland.
And honestly,
No
yeah,
offensive line and no help. And look what happened. He's injured again, and he's not. And yeah, his ball placement is a bit wonky at times.
it really is. And also too, look at the
But
weapons he
more
got at
often
Cleveland
than not, he's keeping these teams
in
in the
games.
game. He's not a bad quarterback.
It's just
Is he MVP caliber? No, but
hell
he ain't
no.
bad. He ain't bad.
But yeah,
And
but sticking with since we're going to week 8, obviously go a little bit. We're going to go over some of the Sunday slots. Obviously, obviously Thursday night concluded. Bills winning 24-18. But the first matchup we got on Sunday, October 29th, you got the Falcons coming into Nashville at 4-3. Surprisingly, the leaders of the AFC South, which is then again, everyone kind of surprised that
here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The NFC weak,
oh yeah, the AFC South is
just
fucking
like every
shit.
single year, the NFC South has been notoriously weak.
And we also did say the same thing with the AFC South, but AFC South's been very competitive through
NFC South's been like
that's
it's a
like
dogfight in that
it's
division.
like
Like whoa,
where the look, you have the Texans who boy, CJ Stroud, I think they CJ
CJ
Stroud will
Stroud, they hit on that
oh
guy.
that is
They freaking hit.
and the fact
And
Will
and
Anderson
I'm gonna
Jr. who's
say
been a
this, and I
game
said this,
wrecker.
and dude, I'm gonna say this, and I said this for countless weeks. He will break the mold. He will break that mold of
Ohio
Ohio
State
State
quarterbacks.
quarterbacks being bad in the league. He will break that.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
actually an Ohio State guy who is good in the league.
And look at the weapons. Let me look. Yeah, Nico Collins,
Oh,
very solid. Robert Woods, not as you Eddie once was, but a solid number 3.
yeah.
But boy, when you have
But
Tank Dell, Nico Collins,
Let me talk. Yeah, Tank Dell, very good guy.
you got
But
Dalton
let's
Schultz
talk
as a nice
about
tight
their.
end.
But before we move on here, let's talk about Houston's defense.
D'Amico
for me.
Ryans, boy, that dude is doing something
D'Amico.
right with that defense.
D'Amico. This was expected because D'Amico was a
He knows
defensive specialist even as a player. Hell, I missed him. I miss him when we got rid of him after when he was no linebacker for Philly for a little bit. No, I miss that guy.
But obviously phenomenal hire by the Texans because let's be the last couple of guys.
And also too, he's kind of an offensive specialist too, in a sense.
He's kind of picking up some of the offensive side of things.
He's kind of picking that up too, you know. But
if you're gonna have a coach that can do both offensive and defenses,
dude,
and yes, no,
that was a tremendous hire, and honestly, dude.
I mean, and he's still a fan, not just a fan favorite in Philly, but he's still a fan favorite in Houston.
Yeah, he's a fan favorite in Philly and Houston. And Houston, they got their guy back in form of coaching, and I'm happy
absolutely.
For him, you know, and honestly, it's gonna break the mold of like these black coaches not being, you know, the worst.
Houston.
Like they're either like the black coaches are like they were either okay or bad.
I mean, Lovie Smith in particular. You also had
I'm telling you this right now. D'Amico O'Brien's is good.
Absolutely. And we look, and now the one thing I would say the only thing, the biggest key with the defense, stay healthy for crying out loud.
Crying out loud.
I mean,
the last 2 years, they had a good defense for the last few years, but they just never could stay healthy.
But if you can stay healthy with Derek Stingley Jr., Jalen Petrie in the safety spot, with Will Anderson Jr., the fact you even had the balls to do that, I got to give Nick Caserio a lot of credit to move up to number 3 to get Will Anderson Jr. back to back after
we literally looked at each other like they had some brass balls with that.
But it showed, you know, what this team
can on stream because we were streaming the draft and we looked at it and we were like, holy shit. Did they just share the 3 to get that guy? Holy shit.
Yeah, you know, and yes, we all know that the Texans were the punching bag of the AFC.
Like they were because they had that whole Deshaun Watson debacle.
Oh, jeez.
I still pray for that guy's failure. I still pray for his failure.
Honestly, I kind of feel like, speaking of Deshaun Watson, he's not going to be starting. So we're going to see PJ Walker again on Sunday for the Browns. So it tells me either he's
honestly, cut your losses with Deshaun. Deshaun's a shell of himself. PJ Walker's been actually pretty damn good.
And it's been hit and miss at times, depending on the week.
But you can develop the guy, but he's shown signs of being a really good quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
Develop him. He's a young guy. Develop him. And properly. Because you haven't developed your quarterbacks properly. Johnny Manziel could have been something if he got it out of if he was taught to be a fucking man and stop being an immature little bitch. I'm going there.
Yeah, well, I think you're probably not going to be the only one. But
like being an immature guy, drinking and partying a lot, and not caring about football. And then you have, but yeah, like I feel like PJ Walker could be that next guy.
I mean, he's shown what he can do, but he's got to be in the right system, though. That's the thing.
And also, too, not that whole allegation stuff, the whole sexual assault thing aside, I felt like the whole Deshaun Watson thing was just a Band-Aid fix.
Yeah, when you really look at it, I mean,
they're doing this. They're doing the same thing that the Broncos were doing with Russ.
And knowing that the fact that
you had a multitude of issues. Well, I feel like Denver is a worse situation.
Because Cleveland's got a stout ass defense. Let's be real. Myles Garrett treating like your offensive line like little children is.
When you have a guy like Myles Garrett crossing you over, you know it's coming and it still freaking get crossed up.
It really is.
Come on. Myles Garrett's one of the best.
And compared to the wide receiver room, Cleveland's got the better wide receiver room. Amari Cooper, you have Donovan Peoples-Jones, a nice tight end, David Njoku, good running of a Kareem Hunt, and Nick Chubb, which is unfortunately when he got hurt, the worst possible time he did. But Yeah, it's
You
Broncos as
have
a
the
whole.
team, but you're really just missing a quarterback.
You just need that guy to really lead that team.
Because honestly, they had their quarterback in Baker Mayfield, but they completely fucking ruined him.
Yeah, I mean, then again, you also had crappy head coaches like Freddie Kitchens, who, well, that's shouldn't.
Well,
And
Freddie Kitchens, but
and
the
then you
guy
have Hugh.
after him, Stefanski made him great.
He did.
But the front office said, "Oh, we're gonna
So,
rush you. We're gonna rush you. You're gonna play with a bum fucking injury."
that
Um,
never that really never made any sense to me. But
Carson Wentz the guy, pretty
pretty
much.
much.
Um,
But
but anyway,
obviously we have the Falcons coming into Nashville taking on the 2-4 Tennessee Titans. Son of a bitch! I hate
so
this pick.
honestly, I'm gonna give you. I have a definitive answer here. I have a
Who?
definitive answer. It is the Falcons. They sit at 4-3. They're building an identity there, and you can see it.
Yeah,
They're building
and no,
They're
but then
building an identity. You're seeing what they could be. I feel like they're going
it's,
to win this. But then on the other side, you have.
then again, you are right. The
They
Tannehill
come,
is out for Tennessee. It's like makes
but
sense.
even with Tannehill out, even if he was playing, they completely lost their identity. They're
That's
gone.
true.
They're a shell of their former selves. So you have a team that's finding themselves, and you have a team that lost themselves. The team that finding them that are finding themselves, they're going to win. So I'm picking the
Absolutely.
Falcons here.
So the next game we have on the slot, we have the 3-3 Houston Texans going to Charlotte to take on the 0-6 Carolina Panthers.
Oh, that is way too fucking easy.
Yeah, that was way too easy.
Texans,
Give me the Texans.
Again, a team that's completely lost themselves, they're struggling to find themselves, versus a team that are finding themselves, that are close to finding themselves, honestly.
And actually changing their I would say
And
the hit.
honestly, to be honest with you, Rob, I see Houston's culture already.
Yeah, because
You
remember,
can see
they
culture.
did not have nothing.
They had nothing after Deshaun left. They were like a
Pretty much,
dumpster fire inside of another dumpster fucking fire. All right, but they're
but
finding themselves. They got a good quarterback, a great defense, some really
because
good
I think
pieces, a really good core on that offensive side. I see life in them. I
and
see a culture. Carolina, I see nothing.
and I even said on record too, that team's a bunch of question marks that need to be
I
answered.
see nothing with Carolina. I see nothing.
And
I
the
don't see
fact,
an identity. I see nothing. But so I think it's going to be Houston, and I think it's going to be a goddamn blowout.
yeah, I can see that because the thing with Houston is, I've look, I know, like, and I think CJ Stroud. When you were talking about like who's going to be the offensive player, rookie of the year,
See,
it's definitely got to be CJ Stroud.
CJ.
I got to see who else has got to be in consideration, but we don't know that. Well, we're not going to get because who can't we? We're in week 8 already. It's like what the hell has it just
Dude, I swear, you blink. It was week
you
1. You
blink, you
blink, it's
miss
week
it.
8.
It's basically what
Blink,
we're
it's
saying.
week 8. Like, what the hell happened?
So next game, we have another 1:00 slot. The 5-2 Jaguars taking on the 4-2 Pittsburgh Steelers, and this is going to be in Pittsburgh, by the way.
This again, guys. This all stems on what Matt Canada we're going to see: the simpleton or the guy that's going to be creative, which is 9 times out of 10, he's going to be a fucking simpleton.
And it's like, and
So,
here's the funny thing too. Before we talk with Matt Canada, they even showed him when they scored a game-winning touchdown. Like he looked
he was like,
so unimpressed. That's like, you're the offensive coordinator. You scored a
you
fucking
should
touch.
be up, papers flying. Like punching the air. Like,
nope.
it's like he wants to get fired. He's just depressed. He doesn't want the job. Like, are you serious?
Well,
Like,
good.
dude, I would have been papers flying, punching the air, all excited,
Because we know
I coached that play well, and I got them the touchdown.
Because I mean, look, the Steelers. When you look at the wide receivers, they got some three talented wide receivers, and George Pickens, or actually two.
And also another thing too, with Matt Canada, I highly doubt they're going to win this game. So let's get to my pick. It's going to be the Jaguars.
It's going to be for me. It's the Jaguars because I think what they're coming off a bye week
Coming
or
off the bye, they're coming in fresh
and
legs.
and yeah, I mean knowing that the fact they got most of their guys back healthy, and we know we've seen this team how they could play when healthy. Josh Allen, not the QB, he is a game record on that part of that front seven with the Panthers and Trevor Lawrence. And I know me and Tyler, we dogged him. What more than a couple occasions we have this year.
His rookie year, we dogged him because he was
Oh,
not good.
yeah, it hurt.
But then
Trust me, it hurt
we
me.
could take, but now we could say, okay, it wasn't really him. Then again, it
Yeah,
was him. He was throwing games on purpose to get that asshole fired.
yeah,
You
Urban
know what
Meyer,
I'm talking
but
about.
and
Um,
yeah,
so because he was punching players for missing kicks.
yeah, and
So
then you had the and then and still at the back, it even looked like last year. Yeah, the AFC South was not competitive as it is now. But then you had the Titans, who pretty much were you say the self-proclaimed kings of the AFC South, decides like, we're going to drop 7 straight and completely collapse in the worst way possible for Jacksonville to finally clinch the
but
division for the first time since.
it's their fault. It's their fault. They gave us their hot wide receiver. It's their
Yeah,
fault.
and they
Thank
got
you, Tennessee, for that one. Thank you.
but
And it
yes.
happened on my birthday. So thank you personally for the birthday gift.
So obviously currently they have the picks with the Falcons, Panthers, and Texans. Next 1 o'clock slot, you have the Rams going into Arlington to take on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's going to be competitive. That's going to be competitive. But I think it's going to be the Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys. I'll be shocked if the Cowboys somehow lose to the Rams.
Yeah.
Next, and I want because I say because knowing what Minnesota, we got another 1 o'clock. We got the 3-4 Vikings taking on the 2-4 Packers. Vikings coming in this week after a impressive win, might I add, over the 49ers, who
Brock Purdy,
we
what
gotta
on
talk.
earth happened to you? Brock Purdy, what on earth happened to you?
Not
You're
just Brock Purdy.
overthrowing guys in the picks, and I don't know what's going on with you, man.
And the
But
fact that
you gotta figure something out. But
and people say,
apparently,
oh, that's like the top 2 defense.
I
Like,
feel like the thing is, I think after that concussion, he was seeing two guys.
yeah.
Like, the vision, he was seeing two guys.
And now obviously he's going to be not going to be playing this week against the Bengals, which we'll
So
get to that.
that makes it okay. 3 straight losses for the Niners.
And the fact that the Niners defense was, people say, oh, it's going to be the most stout defense. Bosa get no sacks. You had, let's put the
Bosa
secondary
can't even
questionable.
Bosa can't even get pressures right now. He can't. And that's part of today's defense. You got to get the pressure to rush the throw, because you got a lot of the scheme on defense. You're not on the ball anymore. You're playing 10 yards off. We have to get accustomed to it, because why are we playing guys 10 yards off the receiver? That's just today's game.
It is. And also said to the fact that you had Jordan Addison, a rookie, Lenore, boy, you got embarrassed by Lenore. You had a pick, and then you had Jordan Addison take it away from you for a score. I can't believe that. But I'm going with the Vikings over the Packers because I cannot trust the Packers.
I can't trust the Packers either. The Packers,
I know for those, because we do this all the time with the Vikings. Like, we don't pick them, they win. When we pick them, they somehow lose. That's kind of like the so hopefully, fingers crossed, don't fuck up. But next 1 o'clock.
Hopefully, I don't fuck up, because I'm in the lead for the first time in a freaking league.
But I will say, before we go on, actually, I want to ask this question: do you think it's concerning that the Niners defense is showing cracks? Because I do think there's some cracks that are showing some vulnerability.
I wouldn't say it's concerning. I think they're in a little skid here. The last couple games haven't been great. Look at us. You think we're showing cracks in our defense? We had a few defensive blunders.
True.
Our defense is still pretty damn good, so we're not saying, oh, we're showing cracks. We're not. I feel like they could chalk it up to just a few bad defensive games. Like it happens to the best teams. So I wouldn't say they're showing cracks. They just had a few bad games.
But let's just say if they like say hypothetically take the L against the Bengals, like, and they don't have the same another bad defensive game, and well, do you start
If this
concerning?
goes on for at least another 5 6 weeks, or at least four, at the very least four, the most six. If they continue to go on this downward slide, I will say, hold up, there's something wrong here with this defense.
Because I mean, think of it, you have who knows if Debo's going to be ready this week? Because I mean, he's dealing with a shoulder injury. You have CMC still. I don't know if he's still dealing with an oblique injury.
Yeah, he's
You
still
don't
out with
have
that
Trent
oblique.
Williams.
Yeah, you had your offense is banged up already.
And look, to 49ers fans, like I said, we're not poking fun at you. I can understand how the
Oh no,
frustration,
we want your team to be successful.
because it's
Like,
like if you ask us like who's the most injury plagued team in the history of this game, it's definitely the Niners. Like the Niners could not catch a break whatsoever
yeah,
with the last 5 years or something like
yeah,
that.
and one of those players, I think he can't even catch a break either. And that's McCaffrey. He's
Yeah,
been injury prone since his days in Carolina.
and he's dealing with just had an oblique injury, and I think
Another
baseball fans
injury.
should know how
Write that down on his list of injuries. But that's the whole thing with him, man.
it sucks.
It
The dude's a fucking phenomenal
sucks.
running back.
It sucks because he stayed healthy all of last year, which shocked everybody because he's gonna be out by like week 6. But
Yeah,
but
because
no, he
we
stayed
had this
healthy,
thought of the running backs are injury prone.
and yeah, and that's part of being a running back. And honestly, he's a bigger size running back, so he's more susceptible to injury.
Absolutely. But
Um,
moving on, we had an AFC East matchup between the 2-5 New England Patriots on the 5-2 Miami Dolphins. Now the Patriots, I went with Dolphins.
honestly, to me, judging on last week, this could be a toss up.
Yeah, then again, no one it's a divisional matchup, so pretty much anything can freaking happen.
This could be a fucking toss up. Like last game.
Because
Aren't the Bills in that division too?
yes,
That
same
could
with
be
the
a toss
Jets.
up. They divisional teams play harder against other
Yeah,
divisional teams. Last year, or no, last game, I went to that game by the way. Um, they they took one crucial play that got to midfield that gave the Patriots the win last week. So this could come to one final play
because
again.
for me, the way I looked at it, it's like my gut feeling was telling me Miami, but I have a feeling New England's going to find a way to.
I picked Miami. I picked Miami regardless, but like,
Who knows?
who the hell knows? 'Cause it's a divisional game. Divisional rivals play harder
And
against each
the
other.
last
So
couple of
it's
weeks with
like
the Patriots, they played some solid defensive ball the last
they
couple
have.
of weeks.
They honestly have. They actually can. They actually have a good defensive line. They blitzed a lot in the last game,
Yeah,
and they've
and
done.
that's
And they got to Josh Allen a bunch of times.
and going to this one, knowing that the fact if I looked at saw the injury report, I don't think they have Raheem Mostert is dealing with an ankle injury
Yeah,
at the
they don't have
moment.
Mostert.
Uh, Tyreek Hill is actually dealing with some sort of injury, which
Yeah,
is
Tyreek Hill. Yeah,
shocking.
yeah, Tyreek Hill's out.
Who they don't have A Chain for the next because
No,
he's been on the
they lost A Chain. A Chain.
for I think what till
A Chan. That's
H
his name.
H yeah because he put him on the IR, which I think he had to miss like 4 weeks. So I think it's been what when did they put him on the IR?
I think they put him on the IR last week. I assume, or probably 2 weeks ago. I
I
don't.
cannot think for life, but
I
somebody let
can't
us
think.
know in the
All I
chat.
know, all I know is I heard that he was. I'm like, when did he get out? When was he out with injury? Like, I didn't know he was out for a little bit.
Yeah, and because here's the thing, like I said, to the Dolphins fans, look, I still think that the Dolphins are a legit team when they're healthy. And that's another team that right now is currently banged up because they don't have Jalen Ramsey, they don't have Connor Williams at center, they don't have their left tackle. They're missing everybody,
But
quite
but here's
honestly.
the thing. They're so well coached. Shout out Mike McDaniel too. They're so well coached. They find ways to win despite that.
I mean, think about it, they're averaging 34, like they're and which also the biggest improvement. Tua's actually finally healthy. Finally.
Well, he could have
But
been healthy. Could have been healthy last year If they didn't botch the whole concussion thing last year.
Oh boy, and
If they
that
didn't
really pissed.
botch all that shit. Um,
So Jeff
but
Wilson. Oh yeah, so that's right. Jeff Wilson is coming back this week. Um, so they did activate their other tight end, Tanner Connor from the practice squad. So Jalen Ramsey's coming back from the IR, but well, who knows with him? Trying to think. Oh yeah, and the fact they trade for Chase Claypool, who hasn't done jack shit.
Chase Claypool needs to get his head out of his
Woohoo!
ass and stop giving up.
So, oh yeah, so Devon Achane got placed on the IR on October 11th. So it's been should be well on his way back very soon. So that remains to be seen. But I'm going to go with Miami. But I would not be surprised if somehow New England pulls out a defensive. Like Tyler said, it's going to come down to the last. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last play. But knowing how Miami played, and it's just because you don't think go with the real because like the way me Tyler think it's like when you look at these two teams, the Patriots and the Dolphins, like who is your more realistic? Definitely Miami. But knowing how competitive the AFC East is, it's a coin toss.
Yeah, I think it's a coin toss, man.
I'm just gonna go with
I
Miami.
really do
Oh,
because they no, it's the NFL. Division rivals play better against division rivals.
yep.
And look at last week with the Patriots. It took one big play for them to get back get that lead back and to win the game. So it's like they play tough.
Oh, absolutely. But
And
next, yeah. But I'm going with Miami because I think that's more of a better pick. But like I
yeah, I
said,
feel like Miami is a better pick too. But
it's a coin
if
toss.
it is such a coin toss. But let's go to the next game.
We have the AFC set or battle. We have the Colts. Her hosting Colts right now sitting at 3-4, taking the 3-4 Saints. Now the Colts the last couple of weeks, well, especially last week, let's real got screwed. If I'm going to be completely honest, because you can't tell me that last play with I think Amari Cooper when he took that one, I think it was an out route into the end zone. Didn't look like he got help, but they called that illegal contact on the defense. They got screwed.
Yeah, I looked at that. I'm like, what the fuck happened
They
there?
got
Because it was like that was not a defensive hold.
no, that is not.
It's not. It wasn't a defensive hold. And now we're getting to the point in the NFL where it's like now we don't know what a hold is. We already don't know what a
What
catch
a catch
is.
is.
Now we don't know what a hold is. Like what's going on here?
And then you have the Saints who defensively, I like their defense. Offensively, I don't know.
Yeah.
Their offenses. I like Olave, but Derek Carr ain't it, man. That's another team that had a band-aid fix with the Derek.
Derek Carr, he gives up on reads too fast. Because there's been a few times during the course of the season where he doesn't even replace, he just check downs. Oh, two-step drop check down. Don't even read the whole entire offense. You can literally have a guy open down the field, whether it's the middle or sideline or the other sideline. Oh, 1-2 check down. No. Read your fucking play. The offensive line is pretty decent. You have time in the pocket. Read the play.
It's
And
but I'm going with the Colts on this one because I do think they're going to have some revenge on their minds for actually getting screwed last week against the Browns.
I honestly have the Saints because they are missing. The Colts are missing Anthony Richardson.
True, but you've seen the Colts actually play better when Richardson was out.
But no, not really, because Richardson, he got them to what 3-0.
I think 3-0.
He was good. He was a good guy. But without him, they sunk down to 3-4.
And
Lost
offensively,
games.
so
So I feel like they're worse off without him.
but if you want to go with the Saints, but they're 12th as an offense with 227.9 passing yards per game. They're averaging 19 points a game, which is 21st in the league. They're 22nd in rushing yards at 91.98.
For me, numbers don't mean shit. Numbers do not mean shit.
But then again, you
Right?
do have Alvin Kamara, so which is, but it also depends.
I feel like, but yeah, on paper the Colts should win this, but I'm choosing the Saints because solely on the fact that Anthony Richardson is not playing. They have a
And then
worse off
the
quarterback
Saints are
now
coming
than
this
they
one
do.
just come off a close loss with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, they hung in there with the Jags. So I feel like they'll win this game. Are they
I
going to
do
be a
think
great team
it's going
this
to be
year?
I
No.
think this is going to be a defensive battle. Like who's going to win
It
in the
might.
trenches?
It might be a defensive battle. It might.
But then again, yeah, it does make sense. But then at the same time, though, you're also going to have to take consideration like if Chris Olave is going to miss any time with his speeding arrest at the same time. That's
But again, Rob, this all comes down to the quarterbacks. You have Carr, and you don't have Richardson.
and you got Gardner Minshew.
You have Garner Minshew, who we all know can be very hit and miss.
True. Trust me, we know that better than anybody.
And
Yeah,
that's
you know what? I don't. I'm going to. Yeah, you know what? I'll switch my pick to the Saints just because I do think they have a slight better defense
yeah, they have a
than
slight better defense and they have a slightly better offense
yeah. You know what? That makes actually
because
total
Carr is a bit
sense.
better than Minshew. He
But
ain't
next
far
one.
better, but he's better a bit. You know.
So
So
next
I
one,
think I think it's gonna be Saints. I
I
really
can see
do.
that. But now we got
Next
the
game.
next 1 o'clock slot. We got the battle of the New Jersey teams, the Jets and the Giants.
Tie. Oh,
But I'm going with the Jets just because I think the defense is going to make that offensive line a living hell.
and
But
can we
then
be
again,
on?
oh, that's
I'm
right.
gonna be
It's
honest with you too. I'm gonna
shoot.
be quite honest with you too. Defense has been great, but honestly,
The offense is
I see
shit.
sign. I still see sign. I'm now seeing signs with Zach Wilson.
Because
He's
boy,
matured. He's matured. He's gotten a bit better. Not much better, but
because
he's
what's
gotten
this?
a
What
bit
year
better.
3 from Wilson?
Yeah, like I see a bit of maturity. I see some signs of life.
I mean, that's even though it's kind of surprising for us to say that because I mean we were supposed to see some of that last year, but no.
We were
But
supposed to see that. We were supposed to see that. Coming into not just last year, but the year before that.
mm-hmm.
And he was just not mature. Now you see that maturity. You see that poise. You see some signs of life from him. So I feel like it's gonna be the Jets
Because the
because of
Giants,
that.
they're gonna probably ride it again with Tyrod Taylor, who I see is not a bad. Let's put probably the most durable backup you could probably ask
They're
for
gonna have to. They're gonna have to
because they
ride with. They're gonna have to ride with Tyrod because remember, Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones with a
went out
neck
with
injury,
with a neck injury. Yeah,
but yeah,
so they have to ride. They have to ride with Tyrod, and
now it's going to be
Tyrod's not.
interesting to see what the Jets because it also depends if if Reed's going to come back. I think Reed's the dude's has the last name Reed should be coming back soon, and same with Sauce
Uh,
Gardner, who they
yeah,
missed out of in the corner spot. So the secondary is kind. I want to see
secondary's
that
back
work
healthy. Secondary's back healthy for
absolutely,
sure. So
but
that defense is gonna give them fits. But honestly, I'm gonna look at Zach Wilson. Is he gonna have a good game? I think so. I think so.
we'll wait and see come Sunday. Now we got an NFC East matchup. It's a again. Us and Washington. This time we're going to be going into Landover, Maryland to take on the 3-4 Washington Commanders coming in at 6 and
Now
1.
here's where our bias comes in. We're both gonna pick the Eagles, obviously. Let's get out the
Absolutely.
way.
But
I'm gonna give you my keys to that one for the Eagles.
shoot.
Run the football, run the football, run the football. Run the fucking football.
Yeah.
So
Aaron
yeah, run the football.
or if he did AJ Brown to just
Defensively,
make it Amelia Force cry again.
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
kidding.
Don't force deep throws. Don't do that because there's been a few times when you're trying to force deep throws and it ain't there and you're getting picked off.
And now the biggest difference is that we're not going to have from I've seen that we might be not having Jordan Davis this week, but we still I don't really think that's really going to mean much because I think because that's we saw you last year. We played much when he was out with an ankle injury. We actually played better.
because we had a guy that was a quality backup for him. That was the thing. We were able to switch a guy over to his position.
Now we got Kevin Byers who's going to make his first start as a Philadelphia Eagle too, which is really
Fire
going
the
to help out that.
safety. Thank God they got rid of that bum Edmonds. Oh
But
God, he
the
was
thing with
trash.
Washington is what concerns me with them, not because they have some offensive weapons, as that, like I said, offensive line. Because no one look at that stout front seven or sometimes front four, depending on what Desai wants to run. Because which boy has been working to not say perfection. I mean to
There's been a few bad games at times,
yeah.
but
I was about to say
more often than not, though, I like that whole blitz zone hybrid that he does.
absolutely.
I love that. I love the hybrid schemes, the hybrid blitz man or the blitz zone. I like that. And
The
we knew he
next
was gonna, and we knew going into this season that he was gonna bring that hybrid style,
and it really worked, and
and
the
it's
fact that
worked.
he has, and here's the thing too, and he knows like if something's not working, we see him make adjustments on the fly when something's not working. How many times
Yeah.
we've been asking to see a defensive coordinator make adjustments?
For the
But
love of God, Gannon, stop selling in the Super Bowl. That gave me PTSD, Rob.
but
I hope
I
you
do
know
think that,
that.
like I
I
said, I
just
think
got,
it's
dude. I just got bad memories.
damn.
No adjustment.
But another thing too, I would say, not the fact that you still got the old line that's a problem with the Washington Commanders, but at the same time, though, some of the secondary is not that great. We saw Emmanuel Forbes not kind of struggling.
No, here's my problem with Washington. It's not just that the defense is bad. Defensive corner makes boneheaded decisions at times. They
Yep,
make guys who were they make guys on certain plays, who were supposed to be pass rushers, get dropped in coverage.
like perfect example. Look at the last time when we played them. You
Yeah,
had Chase Young
exactly.
dropping
They were
coverage and
dropping
got
him in
burnt by
coverage.
AJ
Like,
Brown.
yeah, they were dropping him in coverage. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this? He's a pass rusher.
Yeah, that never made any sense.
Like he's supposed to be at the line. He's not supposed to be in coverage.
And knowing that the fact that, yeah, it depends.
Like
If the
what did the defensive coordinator thinks this is? High school?
it's not even
Like,
close.
it ain't even close. This is the pros. This ain't high school. Stop
But
making
yeah,
guys play two positions.
I do think we're going to come out with a win, but I think it's going to be a scrappy win. Like we said,
Yeah, it's going to be close. I'm not going to say, 35-10, hardy, har, har. I'm not doing that.
but then again,
Um,
no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm with Tyler on this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do blow them out. I would not be surprised.
I would. Because again, like I've said before, on this stream, division rivals play harder against division rivals.
Absolutely.
So I think this is not going to be a blowout. I
I
think
would
it's going to be a
say,
close
ask us
affair.
what the score was. I'd probably say 20. No one was Washington. I would say 30-25. I think it's going to be a 5-point difference. It's going to be that it's close. It's going to be.
I honestly think it's going to be a bit closer. I think it's going to be 30-27.
Oh, okay, by a field goal. Okay,
By a field
I
goal.
respect.
By a
It's going to be.
field goal.
It's going to be one. It's going to be less than a score. We all know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I do think going into this week, we're seeing the offense finally. We're starting to see it starting to click.
Yeah,
It's
I still want to see Brian Johnson to be more creative with the plays.
and look, as much as I know we give a lot of shit to Brian Johnson, and sometimes rightfully so, but
He's getting better. We're seeing it. He's getting better. We're
it's
seeing
just
it.
we just had to give him time because let's be real.
Just give him a little bit more time. But
You got
Brian Johnson, you're good. We like you. We think you're a good hire now. But please, man, be more creative with the play calls. Do
and we
some motion plays or
absolutely
guys in
because
motion.
I mean
Like,
shoot, perfect example, a team that perfects it better than anybody, the Miami
oh,
Dolphins. Look at
yeah, they
the
live
times
on motion plays. They live
they
on
can go
motion
with a
plays.
jet
Every
sweep or
single
end
play, the
around
guys in motion.
or
Like literally, Rob. Every single play for Miami, a guy is in motion.
because we could probably see a jet sweep for one from the Dolphins or end around with Tyreek Hill on the outside.
Yeah, they do a lot of end arounds. They do a lot of motion plays. And that's why that offense is so prolific in Miami. And
It,
and also, and I have to agree with Cool here. Bring back the RPO, damn it!
exactly. Where the hell does that go on? But
Where the hell is the RPO place?
but that's here nor there. But we're going down to the four over 4 p.m. slots. You got the Seahawks hosting coming in this one at hosting here to this week 4-2 taking on the 4-2 Browns, who I would say got
Again,
quote unquote
that's gonna
lucky
be
the last couple of weeks.
that's gonna be a. I don't say lucky. I will not say lucky. No. This is gonna be a toss-up game for me, in my opinion. It's
Because you
gonna be a
got
toss.
because
You got
the way you
PJ
look at
Walker, who's a good quarterback. You see signs, but who are they playing against again?
the Seahawks,
Seahawks. You have Geno somehow resurging.
yeah,
Somehow he's had a great. He had a great
I
couple of
even said
seasons.
too. I think because I think he was. Expected a regression from it, and Tyler could attest to me that
I was
said
thinking, okay, pretty good first season, but I think he's gonna. It was very fluky, in my opinion. I'm thinking, all right,
apparently
here comes the rebuild this year. No,
no.
Geno Smith, another very fine season.
Kurt, I mean, let's be real. He's got one of the probably the most underappreciated head coaches in the league, and Pete Carroll for crying out loud.
And that fits the theme because you have a guy who's very underappreciated as a quarterback with a very underappreciated coach.
And that's the same time Geno's was one of those quarterbacks. Even look back then and got written up so much like, oh, he's not going to really amount to anything in the league. And seeing what we saw last year, he took that as kind of motivation and
Yeah, he said after week 1 they wrote me off. Big mistake.
and put up almost a 5,000-yard season. The
Look
fact
what
he was
happened. Yeah,
comparable
look
to
what
Patrick
happened.
Mahomes, for crying out loud. A
Yeah,
back.
he was matching up with Patrick fucking Mahomes.
It's like I was like, I asked her, I said, dude, is this real? Is this real life right now?
I looked at you with that and I gave him like, dude, I felt like I stepped in a fucking matrix.
But I've liked what I've seen what the Seahawks provide. Now, yes, I will see the pass defense. Damien, you ain't freaking wrong. You ain't wrong.
That's what I've been saying. He's
Because
making, but honestly, Russ has not looked bad this season.
but
That was my take last year, Damien.
yeah,
I'm like, man, they're making.
that's
He's
pretty much
making.
everybody's. It's
I'm like, man, Gino's making Russell bad. I was talking to Rob about that last year, Damien.
yeah,
Like,
I can
I'm
attest to
thinking,
that.
man, he is making Russell bad.
Now, my only concerns with the defense for Seattle is the run defense a little bit, knowing that Kareem Hunt can run the football.
Yeah,
I do like the pass defense. Well, I mean, for those who've seen the Giants and boy, Devin Witherspoon, boy, that dude can hit like a ton of bricks.
Oh my God, Devin
All right, Giants fans,
Witherspoon.
we have to bring that up because boy,
Bro, that play. I was gonna bring up that one play where he came off the line so
the
fucking
blind
quick.
side.
This man is a freaking corner. And he comes off the freaking corner spot with so much fucking speed. He's coming at you like a fucking freight train.
And that's the
Boom!
thing too. I've liked
this man went pow with the blind side.
I'm not saying it's crazy because when I'm thinking Devin Witherspoon, because I'm thinking he's kind of playing with what the Legion Boom used to be. And that's where my head, that's how I see how something like a prime Richard Sherman, Camp Chancellor.
I see, dude. I see a lot of dude. I'm gonna say I have to piggyback off that. I do see Richard Sherman in him
because boy, that kid can hit. The fact you have
Richard Sherman in his day, he could hit too.
They got a solid three. Let's be real, not on the defense, a solid three-headed monster at the wide receiver position.
Here's another thing I would like to see. I like that. I think he would be like, yeah, he's Richard Sherman. Talk some trash, man. Back that shit up.
Please do.
Because Richard Sherman did that. He talked trash, but he backed it up.
Absolutely. And then
that's what I liked about Richard Sherman.
And the
he
Browns
talked a lot of smack. He was basically cutting. Dude, he was basically cutting wrestling style promos and backing that shit up. Like it was Wrestle fucking Mania.
But the thing is too, it is at home, and Seattle fans know how, or opposing teams should know how loud Lumen Field can be in Seattle.
Oh my God, Lumen Field.
And I do think that's going to be. I do think that's going to be somewhat of a factor.
Also, too,
Um,
the Patriot
knowing
game, is that in the Patriot game, Rob? Is that going to be in New England or away?
it's in Miami.
Okay, I was going to say that would be a true test because New England can get pretty loud. So, because I was there, it got pretty loud. I almost freaking went freaking deaf that game.
But the
But anyway,
Browns, stout defense. PG Walker at times has been somewhat hit and miss this year. Well, and also
but
it's been they've been flip
yeah, but
flopping
you can see
with PG
signs. You can see
Walker and
signs. We're gonna,
who the other
yeah,
dude was, but
you can
he's
see
hurt.
signs. Yeah, but you can see signs with PJ.
It
So
is.
I feel like there's a lot of upside with him. But yeah, Gino, he's resurged. That defense
I,
is
I'm
strong.
still taking Seattle over Cleveland.
I'm taking,
I can't buy
dude.
into
Yeah,
Cleveland at
I can
all.
get behind Cleveland. I think it's gonna be toss up, but I'm not gonna dog Cleveland. But I see the Seahawks because you have Geno Smith, who's resurged. He's a fine quarterback. He's a really good quarterback.
But we
Um,
have another matchup, which I think this is gonna be one sided. We're gonna skip over this. It's Ravens Cardinals. I got the Ravens.
Skip.
Self no set. But this is gonna
Press
be
the
interesting.
fast forward button on your remotes, guys. Skip.
But the next matchup, this one at four in the 425 slot, you got the Bengals right now starting to click. They're getting back to what they are. Taking on the Niners, who've been played some. I would say not been disappointed in some of the.
Yeah, I would say disappointing football. I would say very disappointing football.
Now,
Um,
there's a lot of things you can take away from in this matchup as well. With you got the Niners not having Brock Purdy this week, obviously due to
yeah.
concussion protocol. Debo, who knows with him with that shoulder injury? Who knows if Trent Williams is coming back?
And again, man, CMC, the oblique.
How much is that going to affect them? And then you
Yeah,
have Cincinnati or Joe Burrow finally looking 100%. What let's Burrow that we see what Joe Burrow can do as a quarterback in this league. And yeah, I mean, defense. Let's be real. I know the defense a little bit for the Bengals was a little bit disappointing at the start of the year, but I don't think the defense is going to be a problem. But I got the Bengals over the Niners because I do feel like the loss of I don't know. Like there's something doesn't because the last couple times we picked San Fran, they just somehow screw us in the pick'em league for whatever reason.
I don't half the time when these teams screwing me, I don't even know how I'm in first in that league.
But I got the Bengals over the Niners, and I think it's going to be close. I do think the Niners are going to keep it close.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's their backup?
Darnold. Oh, jeez,
I
I
don't
forgot
think it's
about
gonna be. You're gonna
Sam
have to reframe
Darnold.
that comment, brother. Sam Darnold, no, it's not gonna be
Yeah,
close. It's not gonna be close.
yeah, maybe I'm kind of biting. I might bite the bullet on
It's
that one.
not gonna be close, brother.
I'm gonna retract that statement.
Because 2 words, Sam Darnold.
That's all you had to
Enough
need to
said.
know. But
Enough said.
we got 3 more games before we get up out of here. We have another 425. Another skip game. Kansas City and Denver. KC. Moving on.
No, it's gonna be close, but because Rust he does cook now. You know he ain't cooking like burnt fucking food like last year, and also getting roasted by a goddamn cartoon character
Like, how do you get?
on
That's about the
Christmas.
lowest thing.
Like, bro, they went on Nickelodeon. He had Patrick freaking Star roasting your ass.
But I do think I got the Chiefs over the Broncos just because. Let's be real. The Chiefs are one of the best teams in the AFC, and that's no debate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close game, but very obviously the Broncos ain't winning this shit.
I'll be shocked because right now it's 16-0. The Chiefs are against the Chiefs are 16-0 against the Broncos. Yeah.
Again, they haven't won literally since Peyton Manning was there.
Yeah, that's
Oof. That was 2015. We're in 2023. That's a long ass time ago at this point.
8 years ago. Ooh, the crap.
Dude, I fucking graduated 7 years ago.
But we have a couple primetime games. We have the Sunday Night Football between the Chargers coming in at 2-4, taking on the 2-5 Bears. Now the Bears, we all know exactly where they're going to be, but Tyson Bagent's been an interesting story with them. Having giving them a blowout win over the Raiders, and Oh boy, stinks to be a Raiders fan after I had to see that game because
Wow.
Raiders fans because boy, that you cannot tell me that's the lowest point I've ever seen a team ever lose.
And if you're
Bears.
an NFL, and also I feel bad for an NFL fan, for any NFL fans who are also YouTubers that covered this shit.
Yeah.
And oh, let me do a play-by-play with the fucking Raiders and the no, absolutely not, bro. Absolutely fucking not.
And Damien, I will give you that. That's the one thing I've been impressed with the Chiefs was because let's bro the wide well, yes, they brought McCole
Yeah,
Hardman back.
it's kind of like it's kind of odd to see that like they're winning without a notable wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean the only one that's actually catching balls, and that's Travis Kelsey. And we don't want to talk about that. So moving
I'm
on.
not going to talk about Travis. I don't want to hear the names Travis Kelsey or Taylor Swift again.
Again.
Drop it, Rob. Drop Travis Kelsey's name out of your mouth, man.
But oh, dude, this is tough because you got two of the. My gut was telling me to go with the Chargers for Sunday night football because I got the Chargers over the Bears, but for some reason, god damn it.
I don't think the Bears. I do not think the Bears. I feel like Brandon Staley's got an easy win. If he manages to fuck it up, his hot seat's gonna get even hotter.
Yeah, so I got the Chargers, and it's at home too in SoFi. That's the thing.
They should win this game. But if Brandon Staley messes this one up, that hot seat's getting hotter.
Now the last and final game, because before we go any further, for those who want to join us for SmackDown, we got that going as well because I know you guys been clamoring for it because obviously I know the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I've been feeling so under the weather.
like, yeah, we've been getting comments. Hey, where's SmackDown? Where's SmackDown? You know, like
I've been feeling and obviously shout out to Tyler for put out the short because I've been under the weather the last couple of days, so it's been rough to get.
Yeah, I had to put out a short. Like, yeah, he's going through a stomach bug and stuff. We had to put off.
I'll say this: if Staley fucks up against the Bears, like Tyler said, it's going to be.
Yeah, if Staley fucks up, Damien, his hot seat's going to be a scorcher.
He's just going to laugh. But the one person who's going to be, oh boy, and
I feel like the people that are going to be laughing, ironically, are Chargers fans.
And I know,
like, haha, you're gone now because you couldn't even beat the Bears. Like,
yeah, but we got the last and final primetime game. We have Monday night. We have the 3-4 Raiders go into Detroit, taking on the 5-2 Lions, who last week
skip, easy win for Detroit. Skip.
So true, but Detroit, boy, that. But yeah, but outside of that, like I said, I have other other topics to go over, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, it's already 7:45. We got 15 minutes until SmackDown.
It's going to be some. There's going to be some interesting stuff. But if you're a Flyers fan, you're going to be sticking around for next week's episode because I
don't think I probably won't be able to give my take on those things because I haven't been watching. I've been boycotting hockey. I've been boycotting.
Well, funny enough, they actually reversed that decision.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Good. All right. I'm back in hockey then.
What's his face from? I think Nashville kind of defied the rule.
All right, I'm good. I'm back in hockey then. If they completely rescinded that rule.
So I can see Crosby getting forced. Crosby 4 sacks. I could see that, but it'd be shocking if it was an upset. But no,
it'll be shocking. I don't see an upset, Damien. I really don't.
Because with the
I know it's any given Sunday. We literally saw a 1-16 last week beat the Bills. So
shoot, we saw the Cardinals beat the Cowboys, who are probably one of the best teams in the NFC. And that's why I see this as Eagles fans. We know how good the Cowboys are.
So yeah, we get any given Sunday. Things can happen. But
and that's the thing.
They got Josh McDaniels. You think they're going to win a game?
And the Raiders are coming to this one after losing. Got blown up by the Bears of all fucking teams.
They're lucky they even won 3 games under McDaniels, honestly.
And then you got the Lions coming to this one after, let's be real, got their asses whooped by this.
And they were like, here you go. Here's our ass. We're handing it to you.
And that is true. They are dealing with some major injuries.
Yeah, I can see your point now. Like they're dealing with a lot of injuries. They came off a
But then again,
loss
it is a
last
home
week.
game for the Lions, which they do play very well at home.
Yeah,
But
but I could see your point there. But I would be very shocked still if the Lions lose this one.
but outside of that, this is going to conclude episode 5 of the All Star Sports Show here on the Sports and Wrestling Connection. Guys, want to check out all of our stuff. Like I said, if you guys want to check out our like sponsors and stuff like that, SeatGeek, use our promo code Philly Sports. That's all caps and check as to
Hey,
save
hey
20 bucks.
Rob, hey Rob, you don't even have to say that. Just roll the footage.
Have you thought about saving money on tickets, whether it's sporting events, concerts, wrestling events, etc.? Use my promo code Philly Sports at checkout to save $20 off your order. That is PHILLYSPORTS Philly Sports to save $20 off. If you're a Twitch streamer, late night gamer, or YouTuber, check out W Energy. It's the perfect pick me up for every occasion. So why not try it for yourself? Go to w.gg and use the promo code SportsWrestle10 at checkout to save 10% off your order. Golfers and sports enthusiasts, it's time to take your game to the next level with Shankit Golf. Shop at shankitgolf.com and use promo code SportsWrestle15 to get 15% off your order and free shipping on orders over $100. If you're a top tier high school or college athlete, a veteran in the men's league, coaches needing uniforms, or even an enthusiastic little leaguer needing bats, gloves, batting gloves, etc., we've got you covered. Right now, you can give your performance an extra boost by entering the promo code SportsWrestle10 at checkout so you can save 10% off your entire order. Are you looking to make a statement with your very own custom jersey? Go to fansidea.com and use the promo code SportsWrestle10 at checkout to save 10% off your entire order.
That's it,
Absolutely.
man.
Shout out to and check out all of our sponsors. That is in the link tree down below. Also, check out the merch shop as too. That is also linked in the link tree or in the description down below. Like I said, all the promo codes you saw on the screen are in capital letters. So, guys, like I said, for those who are going out and need golf apparel, let's bro, Shake a Golf. You guys do not want to miss out because you get 2 deals for the price of one. You
Yeah.
get 50% off and also free shipping if you have orders over $100. So, and also if you guys want custom jerseys, shout out to Fans Idea because let's be real, it's the best. Like I said, it's been, and yes, we don't know about SeatGeek. Let's bro, they've been a huge one of our best sponsors of this channel. But like I said, guys, if you want to check out any merch that is whether it's for this channel itself or the It's Running podcast, well, you'll see episode number where are we at now? 58? 50.
Episode 5.
Okay, 55. Thank you.
No, not 55. 5.
No, I'm talking about the It's Running podcast.
Oh, wait, 55. Yeah,
You're an
I think I'm on here. Fuck, my brain.
Well, that's a blooper reel for y'all.
Yeah, we're at 55. We're 5 away from our 60th extravaganza on both.
You guys do not want to miss that because, like I said, it's going to be.
So that one, I will not be dropping 50 billion F bombs because I have to go
also
PG
as
on
well
that.
too. You know, like I said, and like I said, you know, I'm going to give a shout out to Tyler because I know for those who have seen the All Star Sports Network, we actually want to do something. And obviously, this show's been a very good, an awesome show to really bring in all sports because let's be real, it's kind of been ridiculous to break it up in the different segment or shows.
Yeah, we were doing like Eagles talk podcast.
Yeah, the Phillies
Sixers talk. Like,
we'll talk more of the Sixers because, like I said, I got it, and also we'll talk more of the Sixers a little bit because I've liked what I've seen so far, which we'll talk about next week. We'll talk more of the WNBA as well. We'll touch more on that.
Before we go, I'm going to say this. Kelly Oubre, you are a freaking dog, man.
We'll talk more on Kelly Oubre next week because With that being said, guys, like I said, check out all of our sponsors down in the link tree down below and check out all the merch options we got, whether it's you want to support this channel or represent merch for the It's Running podcast, whether it's cups, hoodies, mugs, fanny packs too, for those who want to go back to the 90s.
If you want to go back to like 1996 or something, we got fanny packs or whatever reason.
And with that being said, guys, we'll see you guys.
But before we go, we always keep forgetting this, Rob. You always forget this. all proceeds
Go to
for the merch
charity. Yes,
sales.
sir.
It goes right to charity. Any charity of our choosing. So, please, if you like giving back, please, and if you want merch too, please,
Like I said,
please,
we got some good stuff.
we got some good stuff. We got some good stuff.
And with that being said,
And
guys,
also, before we go, the whole Bryce Harper picture thing that fell through,
yeah,
copyright shit,
because Brady's all copyrighted, even though there
and
was.
also we wanted to pull that off the sale because we're pissed off at the team right now. So,
Oh yeah. Also, screw you too, Christian. I will say Christian Cage for that. Low blow.
yeah, Christian Cage. I got some words to talk about on the podcast.
That's
But seriously though, great heel. I love you as a heel.
But with that being said,
But I'm
guys,
still mad at you, Christian. You
like
need
I
to
said,
bring that up. We're still hurt.
obviously, we'll see you guys in the next few minutes for SmackDown. Peace out.
Peace.